We're joined by Chuck Peña. He's a senior fellow at the Independent Institute, and he's a defense policy expert. He's in Washington. Mr. Peña, is this a surprise, this apparent policy reversal on the missile shield, or would you say this was to be expected?
I think the surprise is that it's taken the administration this long to make the decision. A lot of the rationale for the original decision to deploy parts of the missile defense system in Poland and the Czech Republic by the Bush administration was in large part sort of payback for those countries' support of the Bush administration's decision on the Iraq War. And clearly, the Obama administration doesn't agree with the Iraq War, as we all know. And so there's every reason why politically President Obama would make this decision, and it's relatively low to no cost for the United States. We don't absolutely need missile defense, assuming deterrence still works, and I would argue it does. And there's a huge debate over whether the deployed missile defense actually works as advertised anyway. So relatively little to lose. You smooth over relations with the Russians a little bit. And I think really the more motivating factor is trying to get the Russians to help the United States deal with Iran's nuclear program in a more serious fashion.
So it's very much politically motivated. It's not, I guess, the official reason that Iran's nuclear program is not the threat we once thought it was. It's more politically based?
Well, I think there's a lot of politics. I mean, and the reality is that Iran's nuclear program probably isn't as far along as we once thought. Their long-range missile program is maybe not quite the threat that we once thought. And so there are military reasons why you might not absolutely need the missile defense. But I think a lot of it is more motivated by politics and the fact that our relationship with Russia and having a much better relationship with Russia over things that matter probably outweigh some of the relationships that we've got with Poland and the Czech Republic.
Okay, so let's talk about why Russia is so important. Specifically, many people would say in Afghanistan, in Iran. How will this now play out? Is this a new era, the birth of a new era we're seeing, or how serious is this?
Well, I mean, I would call it an evolution. I mean, Russia is important to the United States first and foremost because other than China, it's the only other country in the world that possesses long-range nuclear weapons that could strike the United States. We, at the end of the Cold War, our relationship with Russia changed in a more positive tone. We need to keep it moving along that direction. To the extent that we don't want to provoke the Russians and ignite another Cold War vis-a-vis Europe because of our expansion of NATO eastward, we need to do everything we can to try and make sure that we don't awaken the sleeping Russian bear. And this is just one small thing that we can do to maybe move more in that direction. Of course, there are no guarantees over anything whether or not this move will result in what the administration is hoping, but I think that it's pretty clear that if the administration didn't take this particular action, the odds of something positive coming out of our relationship with Russia would be greatly diminished.
And we'll be watching the evolution as you described it. Chuck Peña with the Independent Institute joining us. Thank you.
You're welcome.